Just imagine, what if there wasn't even a single drop of drinking water left anywhere in the forest? What would the animals do? At that difficult moment, three friends stepped forward and amazed everyone. Deep in the heart of a dense forest, there was a large open meadow where all the animals gathered every year during the rainy season. In that same forest lived an old elephant named Gajraj. He was considered the wisest and most respected animal in the forest, and whenever the animals faced a difficult problem, they would come to him for advice. Near the edge of the forest lived a small village named Moti. Moti had no owner, but he was very loyal and brave. He often wandered around the edge of the forest and had become friends with many of the animals. High in the trees lived a whole community of birds. Their leader was a wise parrot named Meetho. Meetho and the other birds kept watch over the entire forest and were always the first to spot danger and alert everyone. One year before the rainy season began, a serious problem arose in the forest. The forest's only freshwater spring, which provided drinking water for all the animals, suddenly began to flow very slowly. Some careless animals had thrown trash, leaves, and other waste into the spring's path, almost completely blocking the flow of water. Meetho was the first to become worried. He gathered the other birds and said, "We should go to Gajraj. If the spring stays blocked, all the animals in the forest will be in trouble." The birds quickly flew to Gajraj and told him everything. Gajraj listened carefully and said, "This is a serious problem. We need to find out immediately what is blocking the spring." Despite his heavy body, Gajraj immediately headed towards the spring. On the way, he came across Moti, who was searching for something behind the trees. Moti asked, "What happened, Gajraj?" Gajraj told him about the problem with the spring. Moti immediately replied, "I'll come with you too. Maybe I can help with the cleanup." And so Gajraj, Moti, Meetho, and the other birds made their way towards the spring together. When they reached the spring, they saw that its path was badly blocked by branches, rocks, dry leaves, and trash. Only a small amount of water was flowing through. Gajraj used his strong trunk to move the large rocks and branches out of the way. Moti used his paws to clear away the smaller pieces of debris and dirt. Meanwhile, Meetho called the other birds, and they began picking up small pieces of trash, leaves, and twigs with their beaks. It was a remarkable and beautiful sight: a huge elephant, a brave dog, and dozens of tiny birds all working together towards the same goal. After several hours of hard work, the path of the spring was finally clear. Suddenly, fresh, cool water began rushing through the spring. The three friends were overjoyed. Hearing the sound of the flowing water, the other animals of the forest quickly gathered around. Everyone drank the clean water and celebrated. Gajraj gathered all the animals together and said, "Look, my friends, no matter how different we are, whether we are big or small, whether we walk on the ground or fly through the sky, if our intentions are good and our goal is noble, we can solve any problem." That year, the forest's rainy season festival was happier than ever. Gajraj, Moti, and Meetho were given the title of Guardians of the Spring, and their friendship became an example for the entire forest. From that day on, Moti made the forest his home and became Gajraj's closest friend. Meetho and the other birds continued flying above them as if they were watching over their friends from the sky. Moral of the story: this story teaches us a beautiful lesson. A person's true value is not measured by their size, strength, or appearance, but by what they do. Gajraj had strength, Moti had loyalty and courage, while the little birds had speed and intelligence. When these three qualities came together, the blocked spring became a source of life once again. In life, we are all different from one another, but when our intentions are good and our goal is noble, even a small act of help can make a big difference. And remember, One person may find a way forward alone, but when people walk together, even the hardest journey can become easier. Did you enjoy the story? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting stories.